Yo, what's going on? Today I really want to talk about the idea of an artist name. I go by Detour. The reason I want to talk to you guys about this is because I got a DM the other day, and it was by an artist by the name of Old School. He said that he's battling for years to figure out whether to use his real name, John, or Old School, and basically, what should he do? So I can't really tell you what to do. All I can do is just give you some ideas to think about when it comes to sort of this idea of whether to use an artist name or not. My name, Detour, comes from this VHS tape, Detours. It's a breakdance or VHS tape that I got in 2002 when I was doing a ton of breakdancing, and the crew Originality Stands Alone put this out, and the title was Detours, an experiential dance collaboration by, dancers Cujo, Elsewhere, Robzilla, Midas, shout out to them. They were one of my favorite inspirations when growing up. And basically, I love the name Detours in the title. So I started using that in high school when I was actually doing a lot of airbrushing t-shirts and things, and, doing all these different sort of creative activities. And then when I moved on later in life to sort of getting into more traditional work and then videography, photography, I kept using Detour somewhere in that title. And then once I started doing art full time, I basically used Detour. I created a signature that was unique as well, and just basically used that as my artist name. A lot of our favorite artists will use a moniker. A lot of my favorite artists will use a moniker and not their real name. So one of the artists that you guys always know or seen is Cause. Brian Donnelly, that's his real name, but he goes by Cause. Another artist that you guys have seen a lot of is L. Another one, Dread, Hyro, Woes, Pichiavo. So all of these artists will use their monikers, but there's also artists that will use their real name as well. Anna Cherney, Max Sansing, you got Jordan Castile, you got Patrick Martinez, artists that I follow, but I know their real name as well. So it doesn't really sort of matter whether you're using your real name or not. Even when we go back to artists that came before us, we always sort of shorten their name as well. So John Michael Basquiat becomes Basquiat, Andy Warhol just becomes Warhol, Pablo Picasso becomes Picasso, or even, Michelangelo. It's just one word, Michelangelo. So we're starting to really recognize the power of names and sort of having something that's really quick and witty, or something that's easy to say, or something that's just unique. And so there's two areas where I think artists could really think about when deciding what name they want to go by. And the first area is uniqueness. Thomas Evans is not unique. There's actually a photographer in New York who's really great, who's also, his name is Thomas Evans. So it's really difficult to be unique when you have a very common name. So Detour is something that I thought would be something that I can use for marketing purposes. So not only can I sort of build a website or a brand around that, I'm able to expand that beyond just sort of my legal government name. I'm able to actually brand it as something different. So the second area that I think a lot of artists should really think about is, the idea of having a second identity. You can create whatever name you want to, however odd it is, and create the brand around it and build that up to be something totally new. There's an artist with the name A-Hole Sniffs Glue, and he is pretty dope, and you probably have seen his work everywhere. So when you think about artists with these made up names like a Bansky or a Cause, there's certain emotions and sort of color palettes and sort of all these different things that are tied to that one specific name. And really you can build that up to whatever you want it to be, but also keep that separate from your personal life as well. So that's my take on the idea of artist names. Really, it's just like, pick something that really fits you, whether it's your real name and it's because it's unique, or if you have a very common name and you want to create a new name or use your nickname, that's great as well. But in the end, it really sometimes doesn't matter, because in the end, the content, the work has to speak for itself. It's just helpful when you have sort of something unique about your name to sort of help you, get that exposure, get that attention, or help keep people's attention, or to sort of get people to sort of tie an emotion or sort of a perception of your work based off of that name that you want people to associate that work with. So if you like this video, make sure you share, and I'm building up my YouTube channel with these videos. So if you like it, make sure you subscribe as well. And then I will see you on the next video. Peace.